Hello, Thắp Đèn Xanh. Welcome back to another video. I'm Ryan, nutritionist and a co-founder of Dawn Bridge Malaysia. And today we have a question from Pham. She would like to know more about autism. That's good. So the question is, what causes meltdown in autism? I believe many parents and people around in general have seen the sudden burst of emotion from people with autism. And from the outside, especially in the eyes of the public, it seems just like the typical tantrums from children. While they may look similar, it is very important to understand the difference between the two. Meltdowns and tantrums are two very different things. So tantrums are willful behavior. It is typically goal-oriented and is typically due to the frustration of not being able to get what they want at that very moment. So for example, not being able to buy a toy at a store, not being able to have a snack, not being able to have dessert, or not wanting to stop watching TV or playing smartphones. And as soon as a child achieves a goal, the disruptive behavior can simply just stop, just like that. However, a meltdown is not an act of manipulation, and they're not just limited to just children. They can happen at any age or any situation. A meltdown can happen due to sensory, communication, or learning issues, but it is most often caused by sensory overstimulation. Because generally, people with autism tend to have some sort of oversensitivity towards certain stimuli, such as sound, lights, smell, touch, and etc. This oversensitivity can cause a person to be overwhelmed, which leads them towards having a meltdown. Essentially, a meltdown is a sign of distress. A meltdown is often more severe, it is often more emotional, more long-lasting, and harder to handle when compared to tantrums. Because when a person is completely overwhelmed, you can lose control of your behavior. It is much more difficult for you to calm down. And finally, meltdown doesn't actually just happen just right away. There are signs leading towards a meltdown, of which I will talk about in a moment. So there are some strategies that can be applied in order to avoid meltdowns. First of all, parents and children with autism alike needs to learn. In what situation do they find it difficult? Is it sound? Is it lights? Is it heat? Is it physical touch like clothing or other sensory stimuli? Find out and minimize the triggers. And once you know the triggers, you need to learn how to anticipate a meltdown. So, learn the signs leading towards a meltdown. As I mentioned before, meltdowns don't just happen just right away. People with autism tend to show signs of distress before having a meltdown. Watch for signs of anxiety, such as rubbing their hands, hugging themselves, putting their hands over their ears, rocking back and forth, or rocking around in general, or pacing or even running away. Some children might even screech. They might even hurt themselves before having a complete meltdown. But at this stage, there is still a possibility for you to prevent a complete meltdown. So if you see signs of anxiety, you can check whether if you can change anything in the environment to make your child feel more comfortable in general. So see if you can close any doors to prevent any sounds from coming in. Is there any lights or music for you to turn down? Or perhaps just move to another spot that is quieter or more comfortable in general. It will also be very helpful if you have a few relaxation techniques or a few calming strategies on hand, like deep breathing, like counting from 1 to 10, from 10 to 1, from 1 to 20, from 20 to 1, or perhaps other sensory toys or other options. And also try not to say too much and try to give your child some space and try not to touch them too much. There are some experts that suggest that using pictures or written words to guide them to a safer place, to a quieter place, or using pictures or written words as well to suggest some relaxation strategies or calming strategies. And finally, parents, of course, you need to try to stay calm yourself before you can calm your child. So try to stay calm. If your child often has meltdowns and you're struggling to manage them, a very good thing to do is to talk to your child's pediatrician, psychologist, or other health professionals. They can suggest therapies and supports that can help your child to build skills, to manage their emotions and help with their emotional development. Okay, that's it for today. I hope this video will help you to understand more about meltdowns in children with autism. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.